everybody, and welcome to the post-credit show.
Yes.
Where we talk about games we played, movies we've watched, and other sort of nerd junk we've done.
I'm Chris.
I'm Nick.
Ah.
Good one.
Yeah.
I almost forgot.
What, did you introduce yourself?
Yep. I did it on the last show. I'm done now.
We're taking turns.
There you go. I can go. You can go.
How much do you got?
I got some stuff. Not a lot. Like mine'll be a very quick one.
I can extend mine.
We'll make it work. I said last week I would talk about this one because I forgot it a little bit at the end there, but I watched the Descendants 3 movie.
Oh, yeah.
It launched on Disney Plus.
Why?
Because I've watched the other two, so you kind of just gotta...
No, you don't.
You gotta wrap it up.
No, you don't.
I'm actually always interested to see who they get to do what for characters, because the first one they pushed really hard and actually had mostly real actors playing the villains.
Yeah.
It's gotten lower in quality as time has gone on.
Really?
Yeah, crazy
on
how
a
that...
direct-to-video
Well, it's the Disney Channel movies. They're usually like...
weird.
Well, it's like it's their summer tentpole thing, which is usually they spend a lot of money on, and there is money spent on this. Yeah. It's just not like the first one that was supposed to draw you in. It's like, we're on number 3 now. We've got you. Like, all you need are the main characters now. You don't need, like, Kristen Chenoweth to come back as
You see
Maleficent.
what the villains are.
And, well, no, that's
the villain
pieces.
parents.
And that's my thing, is I like seeing who the parents are. So it kind of, Keith David as Dr. Facilier would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Like the guy who voiced him.
Yeah.
Would have been really neat to have. No.
No.
They got a guy that somewhat resembled the animated character.
Super skinny guy.
A skinnier dude,
Yeah.
Bald head, the whole 9 yards sort of thing. But, like, he still doesn't look like him, and then he just doesn't have that oomph that comes with Keith David's voice.
Yeah.
Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, Kristen Chenoweth, at least in the first one, could play, like, Maleficent being kind of evil.
Yeah.
Because she's an actress.
That's what they do.
But not like, this is my first big acting role and I get to play Dr. Facilier for 2 seconds.
2 seconds, eh?
Oh, he's barely in it because it's about their kids.
Yeah. But don't the parents try to do evil things?
No. This one is... The third one twists things around. So what happens is Mal, the daughter of Maleficent, played by Dove Cameron, is pretty much engaged to the Beast and Belle's kid.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, the Beast and Belle are like the highest of hierarchies of kings and queens within this universe. So essentially, because she's engaged to the Beast's kid, I believe his name's Ben.
Okay.
I think I paid marginally little bits of it,
Yep.
Because they're engaged, she's going to become queen. Well, this pisses off the daughter of Aurora because she's pretty much been groomed to be the next queen. And so she goes.
So the good kids are...
In this one, the good kid goes bad.
Yeah.
And then they need help from, like, some of the bad kids. Because not everybody on the island... Like, the bad guys got stuck on the island. They just also happened to procreate while on the island. So...
Not with each other.
Yes.
Ursula and, like, Vasilius?
I don't know how that's... The only one that got together is... Spoilers if you're Descendants 3 and haven't seen it yet, I guess.
Good.
Dove Cameron's character is not just the daughter of Maleficent. Maleficent got it on with Hades.
Alright.
Because you find out that Hades is her dad.
Alright.
Because she has to go to Hades in this one to get a thing from him to like boost her powers up.
Yeah.
And it's like, she's like, just give it to me, Dad. And I'm like,
what?
And again, the Hades they put in this video is like a guy with a blue mohawk.
Yeah.
Who's very much human and just wears a lot of leather. And you're like...
If you want to humanize him, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like,
sense.
It's a good human representation of him, but really, like, and I know you're not going to get James Woods.
No. Not at all. Not
Like,
for this.
I know you're not getting him, but at least try and do him up a little bit more like, his character.
Yeah.
Not
No.
just... He does. He looks very much like, I'm a punk, man. What up?
He's a rebel.
Yeah.
Without a
it's,
cause.
very much so. So it's one of those pieces where you just kind of sit there looking at it going, all right, this movie was made very much on a green screen for the most part, and
Really?
yeah, and and the dancing sequences are cool because they do big set pieces for all of that stuff.
I would expect that.
Right, so that part's cool, but yeah, overall you're just kind of like, okay. They had to write the daughter of Mulan out of the show because she got another acting role.
Yeah.
So they had worked her up in the second movie as, this bigger character,
Yeah.
and then she's just gone.
So kind of like Rose from Star Wars.
Yeah. And people were really, again, mad about this one because they're like, what happened to this person? It's like she got another acting job. Like,
Yeah.
sorry? Like, that's not on us. That's,
She wanted a career.
she found another job, so we let her go sort of thing to do her job. But they had worked her up to being... She was going to end up going out with Jafar's kid.
Yeah.
Who was one of the main,
Yeah.
So, she was supposed to be in the movie way more, and all of a sudden she was just
Not.
gone. And no one said anything. I think she was at, a sports ball tournament in another,
Oh.
country.
You know those sports.
Those sports taking you away from all the action.
They sure do.
None of the rest of the team went, just her.
She's a one-man or one-woman
One-woman team, but Jay's on the team.
One-woman team.
She's
that good.
She just
She's
ditched
Mulan's
everybody.
kid. I mean, she can bounce around.
So yeah, it's an interesting watch to be, just get into them and kind of be like, okay. And again, I've had time.
Yeah.
So, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I've been catching up on the new episodes. I'm all caught up.
I gotta wait for that to come to Netflix.
It's been a good season. So they haven't found a new chief yet.
So Terry's still in charge?
Terry's in charge. Holt is part of the 9-9, but he's obviously an
Street
officer.
guy. Yeah.
So he's dressed in just a regular uniform sort of thing.
Kind of what Santiago was, though.
Santiago did the step up and just wears her lieutenant's uniform, because she's got...
she's back in the street.
Yes. So yeah, she looks like that, and Holt looks like that, and then
So is she in charge of him then?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's been a weird dynamic.
Not so much. They haven't... The first episode is... there's a manhunt.
Yeah, I think I've heard Jake...
Which Jake gets really excited about,
Yeah.
because, he starts, coming up with all the lines, because he's in charge.
Yeah.
But then... Holt and his new partner are the first officers on the scene, so it's Jake having to boss Holt around, which he's not used to, because there's the father figure piece as well as him being an actual chief person that he respects, and and then Holt not really wanting to be in that position either, because he's better than he knows he's better than beat cop.
Yeah.
So. But they got Vanessa Bayer off of SNL to be his partner, and
Okay.
she's absolutely useless, so it's driving Holt even more insane.
Oh, good.
They've done more Jimmy Jab games.
Jimmy Jab.
It starts off with that one where they have to eat all the leftover Chinese food that's been in there for that one. They've done the Jimmy Jabs too.
Oh, good.
So it's Terry and Santiago that have to leave for a thing.
Yeah.
While the rest of them are waiting for parade duty or whatever. And that one's funny because Jake's like, we won't do anything while you're gone. And Terry's like, seriously? That's not what I'm expecting. And he's like, what happened to the Jimmy Jabs? That's what's supposed to happen when.
Yeah.
And Jake's like, what? And he's like, I'm leaving. He's like, it's good for morale. Jimmy Jab it up, man. In fact, film some of it. We'll send it to all of the other precincts to get them kind of, we need some morale boosting around here. And Jake's just like, no. So, because it's I believe, you're a responsible adult now. I'm cool with this. And Jake's like, I'm not a responsible adult. I'll show you. So that's pretty much as the entire episode is I'm not responsible.
To show that he is.
Yeah, so... No, they've done a pretty good job, and then they've already got picked up for next season, so it's
Full season?
I don't know, because this season's not a full season, but next season is. So, or I'm not sure if next season is, but next season they're signed on for a 8th go around, so it's interesting for to see them just keep going.
Yeah.
And it's nice to watch Santiago and Peralta's relationship because they don't delve huge into it.
Well, they've kind of reached a point.
Well, but like now that they're married, instead of like
Last I remember, they were talking kids.
yeah, and that's kind of where they're sitting this season.
Yeah.
So that's it was actually funny. The last season was Boyle had complained that he hadn't seen them kiss at work. But that was like even the showrunners like because they're professionals like that's you're not going to see that on the show unless they're outside of work.
Yeah.
So so that one's cool to see. I've been watching Clone Wars. Nothing of the new stuff. I did reach my favorite.
You're not there yet?
No, I'm not there yet. But thankfully they're releasing them weekly, so I actually have like.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have some time to catch up.
I know. I'm not catching up.
I'm almost there. I just passed my favorite episodes. Season 5 did some really good ones where they had the younglings go to find their kyber crystals and then build their lightsabers.
Yeah.
I really liked those episodes just because it had nothing really to do with anyone else other than Ahsoka. Like, Ahsoka's there.
Yeah.
But, like, there's no Obi-Wan Kenobi swooping in to save the day. There's no...
Just Ahsoka saving the day.
And then Yoda's in the first episode where they get their kyber crystals.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's his job all the time. It's like, hello, younglings,
Go get your crystal.
Well, there's a trial.
Yeah.
So, like, he meets them and he melts the door. Like, there's this big ice door.
Yeah.
And they have until the door freezes over to get out of this cave. Or they're stuck in there till the next cycle.
Yeah.
And the one overconfident youngling's all like, what's one night in this place? I'd be fine. And, like, the kind of geekier one's, like, looking it up. And he's like, according to my calculations, one night on this planet is 19 days.
There you go.
So, then some panic sets in.
Yeah.
So, and then they all have to overcome, like, their greatest weakness.
Themselves.
Right, so, like, there's
Confidence.
Patience, yada, 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 like,
The usual things.
the usual stuff. But you get, like, again, the Jedi Wookiee who, like, incredibly cool, because then they reach this spaceship in the second episode where there's a robot played by David Tennant.
Yeah.
Who's like, this is how, when you build your lightsabers, it has to be your lightsaber. Like, Wookiee, what do you feel when you, like, feel your lightsaber? So all of a sudden it's like, oh, wood. Like, so his lightsaber has, like, a wooden shaft to it. And you're just like, that is so kick-ass.
See that in action.
Well, and that's the coolest part about Clone Wars is it delves into all of that extra stuff.
Yeah.
Which you can't make a movie about.
Well, you could.
You could, but it,
It'd be a straight to video.
Exactly. So it works really well as, like, 4 episodes of Clone Wars, kind of back to back to back of, like, this is kind of what they're going through. And then they end up on an extra little adventure because it's a TV show and you got to do a little bit more. And then the episodes that follow that are about the D Squad. So it's a tiny little general that leads R2-D2, 3 other astromech droids, and 1 of the mechanic droids on a covert mission to, like, steal information from the Separatists.
All right.
But they sneak in because they're droids.
Yeah.
And it's just
No
like...
C-3PO?
No C-3PO. He has his own episodes. And actually voiced by Anthony Daniels. Whenever C-3PO's on the show, they get Anthony Daniels in. So I think he only did, like, 11 episodes.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
And R2 just beeps and whizzes, so that's cool.
You could do anything with that.
Exactly, so it works out pretty good. So, yeah, I've just passed those. I've been playing Doom. The original.
On the Switch?
Yeah, the original Doom went on sale for
okay.
$3.50.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah. I'm like, why not?
Those are still good games.
They're good, and it's very funny because those were the first-person shooters I ever played.
Yep.
Like I had a PC, and again, that was PC first-person shooters where all the controls were still on a keyboard.
Yeah.
You didn't aim with the mouse, you just turned towards the enemy and hit go.
Yeah.
And if the guy's on a ledge, you just bang, 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 and the bullets
magically
just hit him because you're in the right direction. It's like, yeah, I'm badass. What up? If you like Doom.
Oh, no, it's still good. Like,
Yeah.
It's obviously a little challenging with how it was.
Yep.
But,
Oh yeah, it's got its own challenge now, especially on a console.
Yep. So
Because you sit there with the right stick going like, this should do things.
It's not doing
It did not do nothing.
and finding all the secrets and
Yeah.
all that.
Oh yeah, trying to 100% it. Also, like, back then they put par times in for, like, you know, beating the level.
Yeah.
So you want to go under par.
Try to. Some of them were tough levels. Just trying to figure out where to go.
Well, and again, that was...
Where's the green key? Where's the blue key? I don't know.
Fall in acid, don't know what to do.
Jump.
The longer I stay out of this, the better. I'd love to see Doom Guy from those original games, like, you know, as a third-person perspective. Oh god. I'm playing Little Dragon Cafe, trying to get back into it. Slight RPG, slight farming simulator, slight, you know...
Getting in the Animal Crossing mood.
I'm waiting. So I actually found my 3DS and plugged in my 3DS and went back to Animal Crossing on my 3DS, and I can't play on my 3DS anymore.
Too small screen.
The screen's too small. The graphics just, like, everything looks so dated now.
Yeah.
After I've been gaming for more than a year now on my Switch, you know.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And it's funny, like, I go from playing Doom on my Switch,
which is perfectly fine.
Which I go to start, and then I'm looking at Animal Crossing. I'm like, this looks so dated.
Yep. That's why I don't really have PS3 games still.
Right.
I don't.
It's tough to go back.
I don't know if I want to.
It's easier for me to go back. Like, Doom's easy enough because that generation did everything they could with those graphics.
Yeah.
I can go back to NES games and I can go back to Super Nintendo games because the pixel art actually, like, ages well. 3D graphics, I think from this point on, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like PS2 and some PS3 stuff, like, you boot
really
it up
hard.
and you go, why?
How are they ever into this?
Yeah, like, I can't even... Is that a car?
Yep.
Is that supposed to be a car?
Even some of the older movies.
Oh, yeah.
You look back at it now and it's like, oh.
I tried watching... Or it was on TV the one time, Spider-Man, like the original Sam Raimi one.
Yeah.
And some of the CGI for the Green Goblin. I'm just like...
Well, even you look at the early Marvel stuff.
Oh, sure.
Like, some of that still, like, how...
Yeah.
That was like 20 years ago. 10 years
10
ago.
years ago, yeah. Well, CGI gets dated
very quickly.
fairly quick. And again, we're reaching that point now where it's less and less so, but...
Well, who knows in 20 years?
And again, in 20 years, I won't even, like, Harrison Ford will still be acting in movies and he'll be dead. So, you know, like...
Yeah.
Or he'll just be really old. Either way, like, you know, we're reaching that point where... Because that's James Dean's going to be in a movie.
Yeah, which a lot of people have an issue with.
I know. I kind of agree, but at the same time, it's like...
I think you should just... I'm on the side of leave it alone.
Me too. Like, in the
he's
long
done.
run, he's dead.
You should not have to go back into those.
And then there's pieces of it, like when they put Peter Cushing's character back into Star Wars for Rogue One. When they put General Tarkin or whatever his name is, like his character back into it, and it's like I get it for that kind of stuff, I guess. Like you have a built-in character already, and something like that I'm more okay with. Whereas if you're just like Harrison Ford is going to be in this again, like let's say in 40 years. Harrison Ford's going to star in this movie, which he had nothing to do with in the first place. And, you know, like, it's like, we just wanted Harrison Ford. So we recreated him digitally and gave him a voice and yada, 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 yada. Like, that I don't need.
No.
But if they wanted to do something with, like, Han Solo makes an appearance in a something or other.
Even that, it's...
I
think they've established in the new ones that it's done.
No, in that part, but that's what I mean. Like, if they were doing something like that, like, they found an old holocron of, you know... Han Solo saying something and they digitally recreate him to do that piece. I'm a little bit more okay with it's like, okay, he played that character, he did that thing, like, cool.
I don't know.
Not for a main role though. Like I don't want them making, you know, Solo 2 and putting Han Solo, like putting Harrison Ford in after he's not doing it.
Yeah.
That's, you know. Like, not a whole movie, just, like, if they needed him for short bits, I can see it, but not a whole movie. You know, it doesn't
I'm
quite,
on the fence.
it doesn't quite make sense. But yeah, like, James Dean being the star of a new movie makes zero sense to me. You have limitless amounts of actors that can act.
Yeah, why go back into that well?
Yeah. Especially when they can't say yes or no.
Yeah.
That's my big piece. Like,
Even if their estate says yes, I'd still question it.
me too, because that's again, the estate's one thing. And again, if they had signed a little thing going like, keep putting me in movies for the rest of my life,
Or past it.
you know,
Yeah.
like
I don't know.
I don't know, because they did a good job with. I watched some of the behind the scenes stuff for Carrie Fisher with.
But that was, she already made that movie, and you needed to add extra parts into it.
Correct. So that, but like what they did with what she had already filmed was really crazy. Like changing clothes and hairstyles and all of that jazz. Like the amount of work that went into creating that. It's like, again, I'm kind of like, it's like, okay, we're cool. And again, it's not like they just shoehorned Carrie Fisher into a movie.
No.
Because that would be, again, wrong if they were like, new romantic comedy starring Carrie Fisher as a 23-year-old.
Nope. And
it's like, no, thank you. Not for that, nope. Last game I played, and this one I actually played through part of it, and then I died. That's why I stopped playing it. It's not like I played it and it was bad. It's called Stay.
Okay.
And you start off the game and you watch a guy get kidnapped.
Why you just watch it?
Well, because it's just a trailer, like, or not a trailer, but a cinematic.
Okay.
So he's sleeping, and all of a sudden there's a guy above his bed, and all of a sudden the next thing he knows, he wakes up in a basement.
Okay.
And his only communication, there's this computer, and he's typing to
you.
And the game works in real time. So once you start playing,
the
clock keeps going. Even though, like, I suspended my Switch, I came back, and it was like, you've been gone for 2 minutes. He's been sitting alone for 2 minutes. And you're like,
no.
Cool.
I can't commit to that type of.
Well, so and that's the pieces. I'm like, so I looked at the clock and I'm like, do I try and like delete my save file and do I have an hour to put into this and see how far I get?
Yeah.
So essentially, he comes to you and he asks for advice on what he should be doing, and you get a note on his heart rate and all of this stuff, and you don't know what your character's part to play is.
Yeah.
Like, are you the captor? Are you, like, so you can kind of watch his heart rate and all of that jazz, and then it tells you have, like, cameras to watch him with, so when you tell him to go explore a room, it shows you as he explores it.
Yeah.
So, like, at one part, he found pills in this bathroom, and he pockets them. And he comes back to the computer, and he's like, hey, all there was this bathroom with an overflowing toilet, and the sink doesn't work, and yada, 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 yada. And it's like, oh, did you find anything else? And he's like, nope. And you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I got him far enough along, and then I got him killed.
Oh, good. Did you tell him to go fight the captor?
No. I got him out of the one room that he was in.
Yeah.
I got him up to an attic. I then got him onto the roof, and he couldn't see. And I'm like, well, there's nowhere to go but forward. And by that point, I was like, I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
So, like, I just kind of was...
You wanted to kill him.
I didn't want to kill him, but it was like I was willing to take way more risks, because if I did, I'm like, I have to go to bed.
Yeah.
So either way, I hit the button and he fell off the roof.
I don't know.
So... But then it tells you you've made it to, like, chapter 7 of 32 or whatever, so...
Jeez.
And I'm like, all right then. And then when you play the game again, you can restart, obviously, with the timer and all that jazz. So.
Yeah.
And I'd also be interested to see what happens if I, like, turned it on and left it for an hour.
That would be my concern, because I probably wouldn't come back for a couple days.
Right, like, that's I'm sitting there going, like... And if I actually exit the game instead of just exiting, like, suspending the Switch, is it still gonna, like, keep track of the time and been like... you come back and he's in a corner, like, it's been 20 days, man. What up?
How you surviving?
You're back? Nope, just accidentally logged on to my messenger. Sorry.
I'm out.
I'm out again. Yeah, kind of cool game. But I got it for $6, so I was like, I'm intrigued by this
cheap stuff.
Real-time something or other. Well, because I'm waiting for Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Because I've looked at other stuff to buy it. I'm like, nope, I'll wait till Animal Crossing comes out. I got another 20 days.
Only 20 days.
I can make it.
Yep.
It's fine. That's all I've been up to.
Okay. Well, I continue. I am going to start with movies because that's going to take the longest to even
go through this list.
Well, no. This is the 6 degrees of separation.
Excellent.
So I had to take a picture because I may have lost track of it.
That's quite all right.
So last time I left off, I jumped from Monsters University with Nathan Fillion to Death of Superman.
Ooh.
Because he's great Green Lantern.
I was going to say he voices a Green Lantern.
Yes. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. It was better than Batman vs. Superman. And how they killed Superman.
Woo!
It was good. I mean, it dived a lot more into just kind of the background of Superman, I guess.
Yeah.
How I kind of always like these is there is stuff going on in between these movies, but they never say it. So at the start, when it was, I can't remember when these started. War, I think it was, or something like that.
Yeah.
Superman and Wonder Woman were dating.
Okay, yeah.
And then you go into this movie, they're broken up. Superman is now starting a relationship with Lois.
I'm trying to get back in on the...
Well, he was never with Lois. This is a starting point
right.
for them. So there's that. And then there's the Justice League, who have added Martian Manhunter and Hawkman.
Excellent.
Into their ranks, and kind of somewhere in between the movies. So it's always interesting with these how they add stuff in there, and it's kind of whatever.
Accept this.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then obviously Doomsday pops in.
Excellent.
They're a little different take on Doomsday, I think.
Yeah.
This wasn't created by human. I don't know. It came from space.
No.
Started murdering things.
Excellent. Space murderers are always great.
And the rest of the Justice League tries to fight Doomsday, and weird. They're all just getting beat up.
No.
Batman can't take a punch, but he can sure dodge around Doomsday.
He's a ninja.
Well, I guess. That's all he pretty much does is boom, blinds it, and then is bouncing around trying to just avoid getting hit, because you get one hit from that thing, and it's...
That's why I always find Batman... Like, they've done a good job with him in the movies, but, like, Zack Snyder's Batman, just being as...
He just shouldn't be moving around that fast.
No, and that's, we don't really get those in the... We don't get that Batman in the movies ever. The like, agile-y, like, ha-da! I mean, jumping here and there and doing actual ninja stuff, because the costume is quite limiting.
Yes.
So that's why, like, the Zack Snyder one, obviously, like, one of his better scenes was whenever, like, Batman, I think, grappled up to that gargoyle or whatever and, like, hung off the wall, and you saw the cape billowing, and he was, like, and then jumps off, and you're going, agile Batman.
That's Batman.
Yeah. He can, but it's a CGI Batman, clearly, in the shadows, so you're like, oh, right. Ben Affleck can't do that.
Yeah. No, that's always a weird thing with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, I mean, he dies in the same way as he does in the...
Sacrificing himself to take out.
Yes, but this was a different type of sacrifice.
Okay.
Because in the other one, he had a spear.
Yes.
A kryptonite spear.
The kryptonite spear.
And it was just Batman and Wonder Woman fighting. And he told Lois, okay, I'm going to go do this. And did it. In this, it was... You got the iconic cape on the on the thing, and he's kind of like wobbly, but Lois throws a rock at Doomsday.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It turns around and is like, really, and starts walking towards her, and he's like, and he did a giant scream. Yeah. And it's like essentially supersonic, twisted Doomsday's head around with a punch.
Cool.
And at the same time, Doomsday had uppercutted him. With the spike. So it was the same in that sense.
In that sense, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a little different.
Yeah.
I liked this, obviously, better than the way they handled that with the Batman's versus Superman.
If you're going to have Batman versus Superman, honestly, just Batman versus Superman,
Not have some random thing in there.
So, I don't know. Like, they wasted Doomsday in the, like, Batman versus Superman.
It shouldn't have been created by...
Shouldn't have been created by a human. Should have given him way more time to, like, mess stuff up and do that kind,
Yeah.
And again, putting him against the Justice League.
The full Justice League.
Yes.
Not just
Wonder Woman.
3 people.
Like out of retirement Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Old Batman.
Old Batman. And a Superman who's now like stupidly tired because he had a fight with the really old Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the humor in this was better because they were having it because before Doomsday showed up, they're having like a Justice League meeting.
Yeah.
And they're talking about something, and Batman's like, "No, I got a parent-teacher thing."
Yeah.
And both Green Lantern and Flash like, "What?"
Man, that's good.
It's like, well, they knew that part. It's like,
yeah.
What do you do in a parent-teacher interview? I'm Batman. And Flash and Green Lantern are talking, and then they look back at Batman and just, they're like, "Okay, well, shut up."
Exactly, because he's Batman. That's why I always that superhero cafe stuff always makes me laugh. Because I'm Batman. And it's essentially the reason for Batman doing anything is like, I'm Batman.
Yeah. It was good, and then obviously because this was an animated movie, the only way I can really continue my
find a voice actor and move your way out.
Eventually.
Yep.
I stayed in there.
Okay.
So next I jumped into Reign of Supermen.
Excellent.
From Jason O'Mara, so Batman.
Okay.
So he does the voice, and so I jumped into Reign of Supermen.
Excellent.
This is the after effects of obviously
the Doomsday stuff.
The Doomsday stuff, and there's 4 different Supermen that are around.
Cool.
That's why it's Supermen.
I gather that Superman dies and splits into 4 beings, or.
Well, obviously I've wrecked Death of Superman, so I'll just wreck Reign of Supermen.
Yeah.
I keep having to emphasize the men because I keep saying Reign of Superman. It's not. No. There is a cyborg.
Okay.
One, so it's you can see it's half Clark's face and half cyborg.
Yeah.
And he essentially has all the powers of him.
But robotic. Yeah.
Well, he still goes toe to toe.
Sure.
There's a guy that dresses up in a very, I don't know how the armor
soups him up.
Like, doesn't get dented or anything, but he has a hammer and he's a man of steel.
Okay.
But he's a human, but he just very tech wise, very Bruce Wayne-ish.
Yeah.
Somehow he fights. There is he calls himself Superman.
Excellent.
But it's Superboy.
Okay.
And this is where a comic thing where it's a mix of, you find out later in the movie, it's a mix of Lex Luthor and Superman.
Okay.
In kid form.
Yep.
So Superboy works for Lex.
Okay.
So that's it. And then there's a 4th one with the yellow glasses, which you don't find out actually works with the real Superman, because he took the body out of the crypt and brought him back to home.
Okay.
So while he's recovering, this stand-in protects.
Is doing what he can.
Yeah. So they fight each other because that's the issue, and then one of them turns bad. And by that point, you find out that Superman's alive, and he comes back and he helps save the day.
Yay!
So yeah,
good old Soups.
I like this version better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Again, that's why I like, and I mean we've talked about it countless times on this stuff, but why they don't just have the animated team making
so much better.
The movies.
You can get away with so much more.
Well, but even like doing the live action with the CGI and all of that stuff, like it's the writing in the animated movies that usually, like the story and the dialogue and all of that stuff that makes it.
Well, the stories are starting to not be so great,
right?
Which I will get to on the next one. But
excellent.
The stories have kind of
run into a wall, sort of thing, maybe.
Well, people, I have issues with some of them.
Yeah.
But I guess I find that Reign of Superman was good, and it moves it along.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah, I think you like
I've
the animation.
I've heard the Wonder Woman movie, the Bloodlines one, wasn't great.
Yeah.
The next one, which was Batman Hush, was not great, and I could see why it irritated me a little bit. But how I got into this one, just real quick.
Yeah.
Jerry O'Connell.
Okay.
He voices Superman.
Excellent.
So, still jumping in.
Yep.
Just waiting for that point where I can jump
Escape.
out of the animated
Yep.
stuff somehow. But yeah, he was quickly. It was almost like a cameo in Batman Hush, so that's why it kind of
That worked out.
worked. Yeah, this one, I know who Hush is in the comics. He is supposed to be Thomas Elliot. He is Bruce's old friend that he knew from childhood, and he was a brain surgeon.
Okay.
And so he was, and then turned bad. And
Bad guy.
when you take off the mummy mask on him, it's Bruce.
Bum, bum,
Well,
bum.
he
Yes.
changed his face and everything,
Yeah.
and that's what he's supposed to be.
Bum, bum, bum.
Not in this one.
Oh.
Yeah. Thomas Elliott's in there, and the whole time, like, the movie's going, I'm like, okay, when are we gonna find out the twist? And Elliot's really been working in the background. No, Elliot dies.
Oh.
And you find out after where it's on IMDb, it's a red herring.
Oh. Yeah, I saw that one.
That it was a red herring just to throw people off.
Oh, good.
And it's like, oh, okay.
I watched this whole movie for...
Well, and it's the movie is basic. That's a side thing in a way.
Yeah.
The main part of it is Batman and Catwoman having a relationship and finding out each other's secret identities.
Okay.
Kind of what they're doing in the comics.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
But they know each other's secret identities. They're hooking up, which hilariously the Damien, Batman's kid, gives some helpful advice.
Excellent.
Your choice in women have not been great, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you wear a condom. And Bruce is in the car like, okay. I realize I'm talking about my mother.
Yeah.
She was not a great choice.
Oh, cat.
great.
He just didn't want a sibling.
I guess. Too late if you've been keeping up on comic book news.
Oh, God.
Catwoman's pregnant with Bruce's kid. But yeah, then so it turns out that the Hush person
Yep.
is actually the Riddler. Because the Riddler went into the Lazarus pit and went, I came in Euphoria, and I figured out who Bruce Wayne was. And it's like, I don't like this twist.
That's a dumb twist.
Because they even mention it, that Riddler is a C villain.
All right.
Which I'm like, I never viewed him as a C villain. He's
No.
smart enough where he can be up there with the big guys.
That's why he was in a movie with, Tommy,
I
like...
think so, yeah.
Yeah. I've always viewed Riddler as an upper echelon
No,
of...
apparently in
Batman's
these,
rogue
he's
gallery.
a C villain.
All right.
And that's why he did everything, is because he's been treated as a C villain. And now I know the truth about who you really are, Batman, and I can...
Yeah. Okay.
Just a bad twist. I didn't like the twist.
Yeah.
It was bad. But I've already... After that, I haven't watched anything else, but I have my route out of the animated
You got
stuff.
your way out?
Yeah.
All right.
It will be Stuart Allen, who plays Damien.
All right.
He was a British boy
'Kay.
in Rise of the Guardians.
Oh.
Rise of the Guardians has some big voice.
That's got some big names
And
in
I
it.
know how I'm going to get out and what the next live action one I'm going to be.
Excellent.
So I'll keep that a mystery for now until I actually get around to them.
Rise of the Guardians was the, Easter Bunny and Santa. Yeah, that was an okay movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
There's some big names.
Yeah, it's got a way out, though.
I know which way I'm going on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the movies. Other than that, watching-wise, I watched Titans, Season 2.
Oh, cool. I still haven't watched any of Titans.
You should watch that
I
show.
know, I should.
It's still a good show.
I've heard.
And now they've added more characters into it.
I knew that, too. I've been keeping up with it, just not,
I still don't like how they treated Trigon.
Okay.
Because that was hello.
Hello, Bulldogs.
That was my concern with how Season 1 ended.
Oh, yeah.
Was Trigon did stuff.
Yeah.
And you knew coming into the season that the big bad is supposed to be Deathstroke. So it was, how do you deal with Trigon super fast?
Right.
And then move past that.
Yeah.
And it was all right. I actually found out that the way this premiere happened in season 2 was actually supposed to be the ending for season 1.
Oh, okay.
They just moved it back.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But yeah, it is pretty much just about Dick learning to be a leader.
All right.
Stop being so secretive about things, and show the new guys how to be a leader.
How a superhero.
Yeah, because his old friends, which there you have Hawk and Dove.
Yep.
And at the end of season 1, you had Wonder Girl. Sorry.
Okay.
She continued. Those three continue on
into the next one.
We get a quick flashback stuff. You see Aqualad.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Aqualad.
Ooh.
Oh, DC.
And I mean, there's a few toss-outs. Like there's Roy Harper.
Yeah.
Who is Red Arrow.
Yeah.
But it looked like when that Titan started, it was just those 5.
Okay.
And then they never really built upon it because obviously things happen. And
yeah.
But yeah, then you have the new crew, and then so you have new Robin.
Okay.
Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Raven. Beast Boy.
How's Beast Boy doing on the...
Oh, first episode, he changed into something new.
Okay.
And then just never... I think there was budgeting issues.
That's what I'm asking for, because like that's an expensive character.
Well, no, he didn't really do much.
Okay.
He stayed in
human form
and was more the guy you're rooting for because he's just a clumsy idiot.
Yeah.
He's a lovable clumsy idiot.
That's Beast Boy.
That's why he's probably my favorite character.
I like Beast. But that's why I'm wondering, because like Beast Boy is an expensive. He's easy to do in animation because you just draw him as something else.
Yeah. And because then I even said in comics and all that, he switches animals like that.
Oh yeah.
You can't do that here.
No. There's
you can't do that.
That's a lot of money for a TV show.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think most of their things went into Superboy.
And then again, like that's what I mean. As soon as you have people flying and doing all of that stuff, it's like, all right, this gets. That's why I'm impressed by the CW. Like it's bad CGI most of the time, but it's like it's campy enough where you're like, okay, Titan's trying to be grittier.
It works. I think it works.
It works, and that's just the pieces. Like you have to spend a little bit extra on the CGI to make sure it doesn't look as campy.
Yeah. And then there's mystery character with Rose.
Excellent.
Jericho. I mean, if you know comics, you know exactly who they are.
Yeah.
But mystery.
Ooh.
I'm not spoiling it.
You don't know.
Watch it.
No, you're doing good. I'm just like, yeah. I always love that with comic book movies. It's like, who could this be? And you're like, I already know.
I already know who she is. I already know who he is.
I'm well aware. Thank you very much.
But yeah, it was only thing I would say beef-wise I have with it is the weird power levels of them.
Yeah.
Like, Wonder Girl is a Amazon. I get that she's still kind of in training, I guess, but she's been around long enough. Sure. They talk about their childhood, how they grew up together.
Yeah.
Her and Robin, because their parental figures were people who went out into the night, so they kind of got to know each other and everything. But
Alfred's babysitting all of these people. But
Deathstroke being able to
take her on
without really an issue.
Yeah.
Him taking on, and I forgot her, but Starfire.
Starfire, yeah.
It's obviously the show, but him taking. I mean, he was getting hit.
Yeah.
By her, but it wasn't like he would throw flash grenades out and blast her back, and she's out.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing when you're dealing with.
But he is I get he's genetically altered. He's faster. He's
still.
It's kind of weird, and then at the end, because even early on in the season, Deathstroke and Robin fight.
Yeah.
And They kind of went. It was kind of even.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go later on. They obviously have to. He has to deal with them.
Right.
So they fight again, but this time because of something that Robin got.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, I'm gonna say Dick Grayson got.
Sure. Because there's 12 Robins now.
Well, because he doesn't call himself Robin, because
Yes.
there's another Robin. He doesn't want to call himself Robin anymore.
Yeah.
Also a thing in this show.
Dookie dookie.
Well, there's a few comments of, what do you call yourself now?
The artist formerly known as Robin.
He's like, I'm not anything.
I'm just a symbol of the night.
Not yet. But yeah, and then the final fight, kind of, he's able to almost go toe-to-toe with Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Sure.
Deathstroke, yeah.
Which is like, it's weird. But, yeah.
If that's the biggest complaint, then that's not that's a solid show then.
Well, but their reasoning for why he can all of a sudden do it, I could say why.
Yeah. But yeah, you're doing a good job.
Yeah. They set up that third season. You know how it's going to go there.
Sure.
Because you got to keep going.
Yeah.
I hope they add more Titans.
No, they have to spend all their money on Beast Boy next season.
No, Superboy is part of the group. So the group itself is overpowered.
I know that's like the biggest issue.
You got to go send Superboy off to go meet Dad.
Yep.
The good dad.
Krypton's in trouble. Get out there.
No, it's because Superman doesn't know he exists.
Ah.
Luther knows he exists. But he wants to meet. Superboy wants to meet both of them.
Yeah.
But and there's even a comment by one of the doctors: "You don't want to meet Luther." Your other dad, sure, not this guy. But yeah, still a good show. I do suggest to go watch it.
Cool.
Other than that, playing some things. Finally beat Witcher 3.
Yay!
I know, that took a while.
It would take a while. It's a long game.
It is.
Good for you.
I don't know why these... maybe it's just me adapting to the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know why these boss fights seem underwhelming.
And that could just be you're adapting to stuff.
Well, it's just, you get how what he does.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I dodge around him.
Yeah. / He goes over there. Okay. Run. Yeah.
I'm dodging around him again. Like, it was, I don't know, a good story overall.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I really want to get back into The Witcher.
It was good. I don't know if I want to play the DLCs.
Yeah, I don't know about the DLCs.
Because it just, after going through this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to. You get such a big story and so much things to do and everything. I pretty much did everything. I did all the contracts. I did most of the side missions without failing.
Yeah.
There's only a few I died, or I failed because the people I was with were dumb.
Oh, yeah.
I can't help that. I could trophy hunt, but that involves me starting the game over on the hardest difficulty.
Woo! I think you need a break before you do that. The Witcher's a long game. Like, that's a tough game to just be like...
It.
I
took my time with it because I did everything on the side.
Yeah.
I could go back and just do kind of the necessary stuff to level myself up appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
And then go, but I don't think I'm up for that right now. But other than that, I also decided to turn on my Xbox.
Woo!
I know, right?
About
Weird.
Time.
Weird. And played some Crackdown 3.
How have you enjoyed Crackdown 3?
It's not a terrible game.
It's not terrible.
It just shouldn't be on the Xbox One.
No. It does not look like it belongs to the Xbox One. Like, it's when I played it on my computer, because I got it on Game Pass on my computer, I'm like, oh, it's just not, graphically, because it's my computer.
Yeah.
My computer's whatever, not just, it's not set for video games. Not that kind of stuff. So then when I got the Xbox, same thing. I'm like, Crackdown, like, let's give this a go, because my save file moves over, like.
I never had that, but I've got it in fresh.
But that's why I was excited, because I'm like, oh, everything will just move over. It'll be perfectly fine. I'm playing it. I'm like, it wasn't my computer. Awesome.
Yeah.
This game was not meant. This game was meant for phones.
You could see where it was supposed to be a 360
Yes.
game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think that's obviously the biggest fault people have with it. But overall,
Fun game.
it's just that you rock around and you shoot things.
Yeah.
It's pointless.
Yeah.
Well, not pointless, but you're trying to save the city.
Yeah. You have failed the city. Fling.
And yeah, it's for me the hardest thing is adjusting to the controller.
And yeah, that's
my toughest.
Yep. I understand that one.
Little thing with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you run around, you shoot things,
Mm-hmm.
you take out little part. It feels like what game was that? I want to say that Lord of the Rings when you're the assassin.
Yeah.
Where you're just slowly moving up.
Yeah, and take
to the bigger people.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can do this.
No, I
overall story wise, I think it is what it is.
It's gonna be.
It's like walking into the Expendables and expecting a big story.
Correct. No, you can't. No.
It's not like that.
I think just people expected so much after Crackdown 2.
Yeah. I thought buildings were supposed to blow up.
And I think that's part of it. Yeah, like I think, and maybe that's just in multiplayer. Like I don't know how all of Crackdown's supposed to work because I've never played Crackdown.
Yeah.
So.
Look at my brother's like, you played Crackdown 1? No, this is 3. Oh.
That's a bad thing. If a person comes down asking if
he's
you
like,
played Crackdown 1.
I really like those other games.
Yeah.
Yep. I know. That's why I'm doing this one.
Yep.
Because it's a pointless shooter.
Oh yeah. Big time.
Pointless, but still fun.
I played Final Fantasy 13, 15, whatever the new 15 on my Xbox Game Pass. You start the game off pushing a car. Like my wife's watching me play. She's folding laundry.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "It's a great question." I don't know.
I just shoot things.
You can't. You legitimately, the prologue is you like your car runs out of fuel and you are sitting there as 4 characters pushing a car. And she's like, "So is this the game?" And I'm like, "At this point, yes." Then we make it to a gas station with a girl in really short shorts and like almost no top, and she's like, "It's an intriguing game," and I'm like, "Welcome to like, especially Japanese, style video games." It's snowing.
Yeah.
Hi, Pancake.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not mad. I
get where they were, where people were upset with this.
I'm not mad
but
at it.
I'm jumping in fresh. I'm not really. I don't know the history of the other 2 games.
I'm with you.
Care.
Yeah.
I love how in the kind of the introduction they got Terry Crews' mannerisms so well.
Yep.
He's doing little dance. He's getting intense. He's yelling at, and it's like it's perfectly.
Oh, it's Terry Crews.
It's Terry Crews. They did that perfect.
Yep. No, it's a solid game. It's just, and yes, I'm the same as you. I've never played the other ones, so it's not like I have a compare and contrast kind of thing to do. So
you bring out 4, then I'll have something to compare it to.
Sure. And I haven't paid a dime. Like, well, I've paid what, $15 a month. Woo!
Well, I'm using this as a experiment in a way.
Yeah.
Well, because it's free.
Yep.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Why not try it?
Oh, and
I have all the Gears backlogged. I have all the Halos backlogged.
Yeah.
You gotta try it.
That's the best part about the Game Pass thing is like I'm already paying for Game Pass.
Yeah.
For certain games that I am playing. I
Well,
might as well try out Crackdown. Like it can't hurt.
And I've downloaded the Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's cheap everywhere else, but
still you're getting it because you're already
free. Essentially, yes. I'm not worried about.
No.
Worried about it. Slay the Spire, and Tony's talked about it.
Sure, and I know, same thing. There's a lot of good indie games on there that I'm just like,
I'll try them.
Yep.
But bigger stuff is still going to be back on my PlayStation.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. I will continue on with this trek.
Yep.
And see how it goes.
Well, that's even like Brian and I were talking about Animal Crossing, and it's like, cause there's the phone app. They're bringing back the Nintendo Online phone app to talk with your friends. And I'm like, I'm just going to boot up the PlayStation and open a party and...
I'll just find you guys on there and you'll be playing Animal Crossing.
Well, yeah, exactly. They're not playing anything. You can join us in chat. And then we'll switch over and play something with you. Like, that's the pieces. I'm like, PlayStation's done that great thing of their party system and just, like, the chatting works so well. Yeah. I'm like, I'm already sitting over there.
May as well.
I might as well just use the PlayStation chatting, like instead of getting on Discord on my phone and da 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 da.
Yeah.
So that's what I was even thinking. Like, if there is something on my Xbox that's cross-play with PlayStation for something, I'm totally open with playing with you guys. Yeah. Cross-play, I'll just join the party on PlayStation and then boot up the Xbox. So.
I guess, that'll work. I mean, other than that, I've been dabbling in Modern Warfare.
Yeah, me too. I've had a few I played a little bit last night.
And I know I made fun of you for it before, but I am going for the camos.
Heck yeah.
The mounted stuff is really tough.
Mounted stuff, I said to Brian the one time, because he's like, this mounted stuff's a pain. I'm like, every time you turn a corner, pretty much just mount up and turn.
But you think you're hidden, and you're not.
Oh, you're not. You are so not hidden.
That's what I kind of expected with a mountain gun.
Yeah. It just
hidden.
It stabilizes you is more than anything. Like, it stabilizes your shots.
And with trying to get mounted kills with a P90 on Rust.
Oh, you're not doing it.
Because that's the only really thing I really use on those is my submachine gun.
Yes.
I'm not really doing that.
I saw a guy, interesting tactic, on shipment, light machine gun, and just never stops firing. Because there's so much ammo capacity. Like, he picked the biggest light machine gun and just like turning corners, just spraying bullets. And then by the time he finally dies, like he's already killed 10 people. And it's like, never thought of that. Like, I hate light machine guns because they take so long to start shooting.
But if you die so much, it doesn't matter. You're just constantly shooting anyways.
Right. So like he spawns, starts shooting, and just starts walking. And I'm like, interesting tactic, sir.
Speaking of shipment.
Yes.
I did find something I absolutely hate, and I will refuse to play on shipment now.
What?
Free-for-all.
Oh, God, no. I don't even go into the free-for-all.
Oh, no, I do free-for-all.
Good for you.
That's fine. I won't do it on shipment anymore.
That's not just too much cake, like
no, it's not even cake. Oh, no. I thought that was bad during Team Deathmatch and all that. It is worse in free-for-all.
Yeah.
Because you have... the game I played, because in free-for-all you will have people that camp.
Sure.
You're going to. It's everything.
Yep.
In every match, you're going to have people that camp. Clearly, these people have played shipment free-for-all a lot.
They know exactly where
they're going to respawn, and so they lay down, and they just wait.
Yeah.
Because you're going to respawn. And it was literally 5 times where it was spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. Because they're... And you come back to the same spots every once in a while.
Yeah.
So it's like...
So if they're watching all 4 corners, you're pretty much screwed.
And they did it.
Yeah.
Because the 2 of us or 3 of us that are actually running around can't go anywhere because the rest of the guys are spawn killing us.
Yeah.
When we pop off.
And then you're stuck in a cycle.
And it took me... You didn't have time to move.
Yeah.
Or try and get out of the way. It was literally spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. I got so frustrated with it. It took 5 times or 5 or 6 times before I finally moved and I got out of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Go hunt some of these guys. That is the only one I refuse to do now. I will not do that.
They got rid of Ground Wars Infected.
Why?
Because it was giving people too much XP. They have to reconfigure how it doles out XP.
And then stop giving double XP weekends.
I know. It was hilarious because they're like, so we had to take it away because it was
I think they took away vehicles and something too.
So there's on foot Ground War.
Okay.
So there's on foot Ground War, regular Ground War, and then there was infected Ground War, which everybody was super stoked for. Yeah. And they're like, we have to reconfigure how it doles out XP because people were leveling way too fast from one game.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, fine, be that way.
Yeah. No, I don't do Ground Wars.
Ground Wars I do just to see the maps every once in a while, but or if I have play one match of Ground Wars, I'm like, I'll play one. As a challenge.
Those challenges I don't do. The only challenges I'm doing, and like I said, I made fun of you.
The camos. Yeah.
I'm not making fun of you.
It's okay. I'm rolling with your system from the last Modern Warfare, where you have all the different you had all the different assault rifles.
Yeah.
I've got that going, so I've leveled.
I'm back and forth between assault rifles and.
Well, I've leveled up all my SMGs now. Now it's just a matter of unlocking camos.
Yeah, and I wish there was a guide. I had to find it somewhere. Where I knew what the max levels were for each gun.
Yeah, that you just have to look online for.
But it's so hard to find because I don't know why it's such a hard thing to find.
Once you...
I think I have to look up the guns individually.
Yeah, I think so. And once you do max them out, like, the bonus to that is like, it's not like there's an XP bar anymore. Like, you know you've gotten everything.
But they're in the camos, there is one for use all the attachments, and
Yes.
then there's one for don't use any attachments. And it's like, okay, well, just where does this point unlock so I can just have everything without attachments? It's different for every gun.
I know, but the one for all the attachments is always before the one with no attachments. So I try and get through as much as I can, and then I take all my attachments off and then just start.
But like I said, the mounted stuff is just a super pain.
The mounted stuff's a pain. You pretty much have to find a bigger map, camp, and like
just sit there.
every time you
well,
turn.
It's been,
every time you're
I've
turning
gotten
a
quite a
corner,
few
just...
on the Superstore.
Sure, that one's a good one.
Because there's a lot of corners, and
Yeah.
you can just catch people not paying attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a rotation of assault rifle, submachine gun, just for assault. Just go back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, I did what I laughed when they gave us 5 more slots or whatever with season 2, and I'm just like SMG 1, SMG 2, SMG 3, SMG 4.
I don't even label them anymore.
No, they're all SMG, but like that's yeah.
So I keep track of which one I'm doing at the time, and
well, I'm like, this one's not leveled yet. Like I think my AUG is 1 level away from max level.
Oh, AUG's been done for a while.
My P90's my P90's been done for.
It's the mounted kills they're just brutal.
Yeah, my P90's been done forever, and then when it was double weapon XP, I'm like, I'm gonna go through all the weapons like that I don't like the Uzi, and get it to max level, so then at least I can just focus on unlocking stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I really did not like the Uzi, and then I left the AUG because I'm like, at least the AUG feels like I feel like I'm good with it.
Yeah.
As opposed to the Uzi where it's like, let's just level this sucker up so I can just when I need to start unlocking stuff, I can do it. The AUG I have just fun playing with, so
I
it's...
love the AUG.
Yeah, AUG's good.
And I know you've mentioned it before, but I do see with the search and destroy and the cyber attack and all that.
Yeah.
When you don't have a mic on and you're just kind of sitting there by yourself, it's like, I don't like people watching me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that is. I don't, without you guys in chat, I don't like you guys...
I don't like you guys when you're not chatting.
Well, no, not it.
I know.
I don't like playing those without
yes.
talking to someone, and then I don't have a mic on, so I can hear everybody else, and then they're talking like, "Oh, you should turn this way," or it's like I don't need strangers to be telling me what to do, because it screwed me up in one of the matches.
Oh, sure, because now you're...
Because I'm the only guy left, and I shot a guy in front of me. Oh, behind you, and as I'm turning around.
There's another guy, yeah. I'll show you a video that'll actually...
Well, I could turn on party chat and just totally...
You could, but no, I'll show you a video after that kind of fits that, because it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know, it's actually funny, because like I do turn on party chat, and it blocks out everybody. But it's very strange to be playing certain games where I'm like, usually by now, like... You know, either you guys are alive and going, well, I'm here or I'm there.
This is where I died, heads up.
Yeah, like you get a little bit of a tip as opposed to...
I don't know what's there.
There is not, like... Hi, dog. Would you like to read this book?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're trying to get.
But yes, it's strange.
Yeah, it's strange to play without you guys, because I did last night for a bit, because Jack settled down, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You still... The worst part is every time I'm like, he's fed, he's burped, he's changed, he's like, sleeping. I'm like, good. I lie him down. I open the game. I find a match. I'm like 2 minutes into a match. And I'm like... What?
I can't help you.
And I'm like, what do you want? Like,
yeah.
I have done everything, kid.
Wait till he starts rolling.
Huh? I know.
Wait till he starts rolling.
I know. So yes, it's been interesting playing video games, because then there's even Brian and I played
hockey.
Well, we played hockey the one night because Call of Duty needed to update.
Yeah.
So we downloaded the thing, then it was copying the files, and it's like, well, let's try some rounds of hockey before we... So we got on hockey, and same thing, he's like, ah! And Brian's like, Jack needs you. And I'm like, I am well aware. And then Brian was Brian, oh, his baked potato wasn't done.
That's weird.
So, because he was baking potatoes and he took them out and it wasn't baked, so he'd put it back in. But then all of a sudden, it's like, all of a sudden the winger's not moving anymore, and I'm like, Brian. He's like, sorry, coming. And all of a sudden, like, the centerman stopped, like, just starts skating forward for no reason, because all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm back. Like,
so playing games with you guys is going to be interesting.
No, I'm good now. I'm good. I have found a system. Jack, I made it through, I think, like, 5 rounds of COD before I had to do, like, once he's out, he's out. It's just a matter of, like, are you too cold? Are you too warm? Are you too this? Once I find his sweet spot, we're golden.
Yeah, that's all I've been doing.
Cool. There you go. Gonna watch a Terminator movie.
I'm gonna try and do homework.
I have to start some stuff too. Some records.
Fun.
Yay!
Alright.
There you go. Either way, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Tune in next week when we do it all over again. Hopefully playing different games and doing different stuff.
We'll see.
And yeah.
It depends on how fast I can get my stuff done.
I was going to say, and you just concentrate on actual, like, life. That's the whole point to this show. Life. We'll make it work if we need to. Damn it.
I'll do well. Next time I'll bring my laptop here and I'll type while you.
Perfect. Done. Deal. Thanks for joining us. Check out BrNN.com. Like, subscribe, do all of those fun things. Share with your friends. Bye.
Bye.